It is the final week of the regular season for the UFL, and we are going to predict it this week. Oh boy, I did not think it would come so fast, but it did. The end of the season will be, the regular season is going to be pretty soon. Um, then we'll go into the playoffs, and then the United Bowl. That's going to be fun. Um, we do know three teams that are already going to be in there, and we only got one more spot left. We're going to see who's going to get it this week. But last week, I went 3-1 on my predictions, actually. So I feel like that's actually pretty good. And still doing pretty well on my predictions. I'll tell you, I went 21-15 as of right now. Uh, but after this week, I hope I hope to keep it pretty far away. I still hope it'll be 6 games apart, but we're gonna go into this and we're gonna predict it. So let's do this shit. Renegades and Battlehawks is first. We're seeing a rematch from week 2, man. Um, from the last time we saw these two teams play, the Renegades actually won 31-15. So yeah, it hasn't really looked good since then for the Renegades. But for the Battlehawks, completely different story there. Um the Battlehawks have been looking like a very good team. They're actually one of the teams that have made it to the playoffs. So yeah, that's pretty good. And the Renegades, they just have not won a game ever since week 3. And I kind of feel bad for them. But I am gonna actually have to go with the Battlehawks here to win, just because I know they're a better team. I don't think they're gonna have any starters out this week, but to be completely honest, I feel like if they don't have any starters playing, then I'm really fine with that. I don't care if they have the backups in. I mean, they're gonna have to rest up their guys for the playoffs, which I really see. But I still feel like I almost said the Renegades, but I do feel like the Battlehawks will still win this game, just because they have just been a really good team this season. But yeah, the Renegades. I'm really sorry for you guys. Gamblers versus Stallions. Another week 2 rematch. The last time we saw these two teams play, the Gamblers won 22-20 in a pretty close game. But I do really feel like this game's gonna go a different way. Um, the friggin' Stallions have been looking really good ever since DTR has gotten in there and has been playing with the Stallions. I do know last week they did lose, but I mean, that was, I think, their first loss ever since DTR got there. So, yeah, I kind of feel like this is going to be a very good game. And also, both of these teams, they are looking for a playoff spot. I kind of feel like the Stallions are going to win this game. I just feel like they have a slightly better team right now. Um yeah, I just feel like they really have a better team. The Gamblers, they have been looking pretty decent. I know they won in week 8. And then they lost in a pretty close game to the Battlehawks last week. But I feel like this one's going to be another very close game, like we actually saw in week 2, like I mentioned at the beginning of this part. But do I feel like it's going to be that close? Probably not. Maybe like a touchdown or something, but Stallions, they should get the win here, and hopefully they make it into the playoffs. Storm and Defenders, the rematch from last week. Last week we saw the Storm win 27-19 against the Defenders, and to be completely honest, we're going into Defenders territory this week with the Storm, and this game could go out different. The Storm could be resting their starters for the playoffs because they were the first team to go in. But also the Defenders, they're also in the playoffs. So I don't know if these two teams could be resting all their starters. So this game could be all backups. And for some reason, I still feel like the Storm would win that. Um, the Storm have just been a really good team, really well coached as well. Um, and the Defenders, I will say the same thing. They've been well coached. Um, and I really feel like this one could be a much closer game than what we saw last week. But I still do feel like the Storm will win this one. Last but not least, the Kings and the Aviators. And I do believe this is the only game this week that hasn't happened any other time of the season. Um this game should be pretty good. I know the Kings are definitely trying to get a playoff spot, and the Aviators, they're just the Aviators at this point. Um kind of like the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. Um, but I have the Kings winning here. They are definitely a better team. Um, and to be completely honest, I kind of just feel like the Aviators season is pretty much over at this point. Um, I feel like even if they do win this game, they still won't make the playoffs because they have the worst record right now. So yeah, I kind of feel like the Kings could win this, and they could punch their ticket into the playoffs, and that would be pretty fun to see. So all we have to do now is just wait until all these games are done and see what happens. And for my little recap here, I do have the Bellhawks over the Renegades, the Stallions over the Gamblers, the Storm over the Defenders, and the Kings over the Aviators. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do really whatever you want to do. You can also donate to the channel now. You can click the link in the description and you can donate from there. But anyway, I hope to see you all in my next one. See you around.